computer, both of them actually. And I don't know. I've been making videos on my phone, including TikToks, actually. If you want to follow me on there. I made quite a few lately, but it's a little bit different in here, but a lot of the same stuff too. Of course, my name has to be stupid. It's Mr. Dingleberry Johnson 88. And why I'm talking about that is because I just made a TikTok the other day um, regarding some very interesting event that happened on the 24th. Okay, just a couple of days ago. And Jeff Overholt, my friend and YouTuber, has made a video about this, a more detailed video. If you want to check it out, I'm going to actually post it below. And I did also post it in the community post. Hey Angel, what's happening? Just here, I wanted to talk about Jeff Overholt's video about 24 hostages being released on the 24th day, which is strange. But before that, I just wanted to give you an update on Houdini. And I asked quite a few people in a variety of different platforms about what they remember. And what's interesting is that I have like a 50-50 split. Like half the people remember him dying of appendicitis, and the other half remember him dying the way I remember. So that's pretty fascinating how it would be split in half like that. Was about to crash. When did he post that? Wait, when did he post? Oh, you're talking about Jeff? Yeah, you're familiar with Jeff, right? You see him on my Facebook. Just yesterday or maybe a couple of days ago, um, we were discussing the X over the mouth. Remember, a few weeks ago, I actually talked about this X over the mouth for the month of November and the blue figures. And back then, a few weeks back, it was actually right before the events in Israel. We were discussing how the outline of Israel is in between the shapes of October and November. There's a very distinct X over the mouth of the November figure, and X is the 24th letter, the 24 hostages, the 11th month, 24 letter. I mean, you might think that's a coincidence, guys. I don't. I don't think that's a coincidence at all. And the reason why I think this time it is really different is because um, the same sort of boogeyman has returned. Now, the closest comparison that we've had to the terrorist boogeyman since the creation of ipetgoat2 was ISIS, stuff related to the Syrian civil war, 2014, 15, predominantly those years. They had a boogeyman back then. But again, like I said on my TikTok, the implications of that war were big and the casualties were much higher. But it's very different because this war has a lot bigger global implications and a lot bigger parties are involved. And then in addition to that, you have Ukraine in the backdrop still going on with 1,000+ soldiers a day dying there. Jeff does put out amazing stuff. He has an extraordinary ability to make connections that literally, and it's beyond gematria. I never really liked gematria and just didn't make that much sense to me. But the way he puts numbers together, it's almost like the connections that he makes. It's absolutely impossible for them to be coincidences. And how he's able to find this stuff is just beyond me. I don't. The guy has some kind of supernatural talent. I really don't know. But he goes into more detail about the X over the month, and um, the boogeyman is back. We have references to the second, or the event in Israel being the second 911, or their own version of the 911. So jihadists are back in the picture. They're back in the collective consciousness, and we have an aircraft carrier right in the Strait of Hormuz. We have all sorts of things that we didn't have during the Syrian civil war and ISIS. And of course, in addition to that, the creators of ipetgoat2 taking the cartoon down entirely uh, just before this all started happening. And you combine all these things together, and then the second video that they made, the SOS video, it all actually falls in line to it really being the real time frame. And we discussed December being an outlier with the other blue figures. We'll see what happens with that. But he's like Neo, he sees the code. That's so true. Mm, that is so true. I still don't get it. Like, and as far as I know, he doesn't work like as a math teacher, or like, I don't think his job is even related to math. I don't know exactly what he does, but I mean, he should do some. Oh yeah, old school. Look out for Charlie. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal channel. I love that guy. In terms of that kind of stuff, there's definitely been some weird vibes going on, and a lot of people telling me a lot of strange stuff that they've been experiencing and feeling, including myself. Like specifically, like in the last 2 weeks, um, has been really weird, really weird for me. My mood, my I don't even know how to describe it. There's just there is literally like some electrical feeling in the air, like some kind of electrical component to everything, and like I almost feel like static is gonna just shoot out of my hands or something. Like I'm having my heartbeat faster a lot lately, and all sorts of things. My mom's dog tonight named Charlie. That's a cute name for a dog. So yeah, before I go, as far as December, in the scene where the Jesus figure goes down and explodes the men in suits, I have no idea what this means or if it has any relevance at all, but everything in that thing has relevance. So they're lined up 12 by 15. Okay. Exactly, in rows of 12 by 15. And then also the school where Obama was in the classroom, there's exactly 12 windows. There's the D cap, the that George Bush wears, the dunce cap, letter D. There's of course the very obvious year of the rabbit. Um, and Jeff also pointed out, I didn't even notice this before somehow. Jeff pointed out that that rabbit is actually looking in that direction, like kind of towards the end of the year. If you look carefully at it, it's actually looking right in that direction. So interesting stuff and kind of disturbing stuff. Oh, hell yeah, I'm hoping nothing happens too. Um, but if it does, you know who they're going to blame. They're going to blame the same boogeyman. And how do we know that? Because fool me once, can't get fooled again. What was the point of that being in the cartoon? There's only one point, you know? Dragon drinks, hundreds of new drinks out. Old school, that's pretty interesting. And next year's the year of the dragon, actually. It's the year of the dragon. Anyway, guys, I'll link that video below. Dragon drinks taking over. I gotta look into that. Thanks for